Hey, yo, it's your boy Caleko. I am out here in Helena, Montana hunting for sapphires. Sapphires are super awesome. They're my wife's favorite stone, and they are very precious. Compared to most of the stuff that I dig for in carat weight, sapphires are much more valuable. I would say the only thing that comes close to sapphires would be the sunstones that I've been digging so far. That's about the only thing that comes close to the value in sapphires in and of themselves. And the place I'm at right now has some pretty good sapphires coming out of it. Just today, seeing what other people were plucking out of their material, they were pulling some nice blues, and I saw some really good yellows, and I even saw some people that had some purple from previous digs. So the colors that come out of here are pretty amazing, and the size that I saw as opposed to some of the other places I've been, that surprised me too. I'm pretty excited to do some digging. Right here we got the sifting and sorting area. You got the blue bins, and the silver buckets in the back are full of water for once you've already concentrated your material. Right over here are two piles that for $25 per 5-gallon bucket of concentrated material. And what that means is that for $25 you can sift and separate the big rocks and the soft dirt out and just get the concentrated material. And once you fill up your 5-gallon bucket of that concentrated material, that would be the charge, and you would rinse that and see if you found any sapphires in it. So that's how the $25 buckets go down here, and it's a little bit different priced up at the mine, but I'm going to tell you about that in a second. So what we have right here is a nice selection of the type of stuff that comes out of the El Dorado Blaze and Gems claim. You have some stuff like these stones that are $20 a carat and look like some nice cuttable stones to me. I don't have them under a loop, but there's definitely some nice stuff in here. Nice colors and nice clarity. Some pretty stuff. And then you also have some little bit bigger ones that have gone up to $35 a carat, and like this one, you can definitely see how blue and see-through that is. It's a little bit misty, but from what I understand out here, that works for the heat treating out of this claim, is the ones that have the sort of misty looking silk is what I was told it's called. And for you specimen junkies, as you guys know I am, he's got a couple of really good monsters out here, and these don't come out of the ground too often in Montana in that size. Really nice green. And of course, this one my wife would die to have. That blue, and it's got that nice shape to it. Not too damaged. It's a really gorgeous stone. Look at that color on that one, man. That is just a dark blue, almost green. It's sort of a tealish to my eyes. But I was also told that the untreated sapphires that come out of this claim a lot of times will have a color shift ability, to where under one light you'll have a certain type of color, and then under another light that color will shift to be another color, from sort of a blue to a green, and maybe a green to a yellow, something similar to that. This is a gorgeous stone. If you're interested in this stone right here, it'll only cost you $5,580. Let's see, what size is it? I can't see the size. Size is 3.72 carats of amazingness. And to be able to go through a bag to have the opportunity to find something like this for $20 to $50 is pretty fair, I think, especially with some of the stones that I've seen that people have been coming to his claim for a long time have found. I met somebody today that has been coming out to this claim or working with Blaze and doing some of his stuff for at least the last decade, and 10 years is a long time to be a good customer. And that also says something about the type of people running the business when you have people that come out every single year in the same week to visit you and hunt for treasure. It definitely says something about you. Good somethings, not bad somethings. And if I was gonna buy one, this would be the one I would buy. It's got this gorgeous purple color to it. It's a heart shape and it's a sapphire. Oh, my wife would love that, boys and girls, I tell you what. All right, so what I have right here are 2 bags of concentrated material. This is a $20 10-pound bag, and this is a $50 30-pound bag of concentrated material. Now, each bag of concentrated material. Each bag of concentrated material has been salted a little bit with some sapphires from the mine out here at the El Dorado. And this one has an extra 10 carats thrown in there just to make sure people find something. And this one has another 20 carats thrown in there just to make sure people find something. Now you have to understand something about that too. That's to keep people happy that they're actually going to find something. Because nobody likes to get skunked. It makes you feel bad. Trust me, I know, I've been skunked before. At the same time, that's just a bonus on the opportunity that you have inside of the unsurged concentrated material. Because every time you go to a feed dig, and every time you decide to stop at a salted mine, what you're really paying for, in hopes, if you're like me at least, is the opportunity to get lucky. It's the opportunity and it's the getting lucky I'm interested in. In all honesty, that 10 and 20 carats he added, that'd be great finding for my kid, but I sort of would really like to find that 5 or 10 carat one I know he would put in the bag for me, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm here with my buddy Blaze. He owns the mine and the shop, and he's gonna give us a little crash course on how he does the sifting so you can make sure your sapphires always end up at the bottom of your screen and at the center, and I'm gonna run the camera and let you guys see that.
All right, people, we're gonna show you what happens here with a bag of sapphire gravel. Now, sapphires are heavy by nature, so they sink if you can get everything to levitate in here. This is one of our bags that we sell at our store, and I am going to add 1 sapphire in here, and it doesn't matter where we put it. If I do this right, it should end up in the center. This process here, we submerge this in the water fast enough to make everything levitate. You shake it to the center and re-levitate the dirt again. Now the sapphires right now, they're sinking to the bottom, and once we have washed this and think that those sapphires are down there good enough, then we take it, flatten it out flat, take that to the table, and we flip this upside down. Now the sapphires are on the top. Now we're looking in here. The sapphires are hard to see in this material because they are almost the same color as it. But here we can see a little blue came out of there, a little cutter. Here's a little, what we call a plate. It's a skinny, flat sapphire crystal. The one that we stuck in here is on the bottom now. It was a little bit on the outside edge. That's supposed to be in the center, so oops. And that looks like what you do is kind of just look through this material. Sapphires are very rare on Earth, and so they're not like a garnet. You're not going to get 100 of them in one flip or one bag. What you're hoping for is maybe one treasure. And this one right here is sure a nice representation of a Montana, a little small one, but that's the process. And if you do it right, all the sapphires are on the top. There's lots of other stones in there to keep your entertainment, if that's what you like too. You can send the kids in for all your little jaspers and agates, and there you have it. That's kind of the process. You can
Now when you're digging out of one of his piles, you're only going to want to use about 2 shovels full, as long as you don't have a whole bunch of big rocks. You don't want to go back and forth too hard. You just want to get it a little bit of shaking so you knock all the dirt and smaller rocks down to the lower level. Then you want to take it up in the sunshine real quick and make sure there's not some giant 400 carat sapphire in there, which there's not. Drop your box down on there. And once again, you just want to go back and forth with small motions. You want the soil to sift through almost like using a cheese grater. If you go too wild, the soil will almost levitate on top of the metal sheet screen, metal screen. Oh, almost dropped it. Almost dropped it twice. So then I got it like this. What I want to do is I want to go on an angle, and I'm going to use my arms as a funnel. And that is about what you get in your average bucket or your average screen. So it takes about 12 screens to fill a bucket, right around that range. I recorded these clips during my first couple of buckets, and my skill level was not very good yet. When I got to about my 12th bucket, I was very, very good at making sure all of the stones that were heavy, the hematite and the sapphires, were collected in a bullseye in the center of the soil. At the El Dorado Blazing Gems claim, there is a lot of cool hematite that he has in the ground there too, and the hematite is rather heavy, so it will center inside of the concentrate if you sift it properly inside of the water. If you make all of the rocks levitate inside of the water and center them, shaking it properly, they'll all be in a nice circle right in the center. I would recommend anybody that has not perfected the method of shaking heavy stones to the center of concentrate that they definitely dig through and make sure they didn't miss anything. I turned the camera off while I finished searching, and I found this beautiful little thing. It's got that perfect hexagon shape. It's purple. It's gorgeous. I don't think I'm getting you guys to focus very good, but it's a gorgeous little crystal. So in my time at the Blazing Gems El Dorado Bar mine, I dug virgin soil the whole time. I did a whole bunch of buckets, and out of my buckets, this is what I got. A couple of the smaller stones were also tossed my way from Blaze at Blazing Gems. He was tossing me a couple of little stones out of one of his machine runs that he had done, saying to give those to my grub stakers and my patrons, which I thought was pretty cool. I did not hit the big one. I didn't get rich, but for the time and the money I spent and for the size and color of stones that I've found at other places, I was very satisfied in my adventure there. As you can see, I have a couple of really nice stones here. I wish I had a toothpick or something, but I didn't think about that part. So I have a crayon right here, and crayon looks rather large next to sapphires, but some of these are extremely great colors. You can see with that one right there, that's probably about 3/4 of a carat stone right there, and this stone right here is a really gorgeous stone. That's probably another 3/4 of a carat stone. This is just a tiny one, you know, but it's really, really pretty green. Now on camera I pulled this one out. This is a great hexagon. It's purple. It's 1.8 carats. If I can get it to stand up. It's 1.8 carats, and it's a really gorgeous stone. My wife does a lot of the supporting of this channel in so many different ways, with the kids and help with research and visual graphics, and she's just, you know, an all-star. So I gave her the pick of the litter, and she chose this purple one right here. So this is the only stone that I'm going to be keeping off of this dig, is this purple stone right here. It's gorgeous purple. Now this stone, I believe, is going to cut the biggest and most valuable stone. It's about I know it's over 2.5. I think this was a 2.8 carat stone. It is a really gorgeous ice blue. It might be a color shift. It has sort of a green tinge to it at some angles, but mostly it's a really blue color. It's a really gorgeous stone. That's going to be going to my grub stakers right there. Put that one out. And then my daughter handed me a better crayon with a better point. And this one I found right before I was going to leave in my last few buckets. And I did 2 buckets, and neither the last of those 2 buckets end up having this gorgeous green plate in it. It's half a hexagon, as you can see. It's got some really startlingly great color in it. I haven't weighed this one yet. I haven't been able to find my scale since I came back from my trip. So I'm guessing that this weighs in at about 2 carats. By looking at it, it's definitely more of a carver. Being that that's 1.8, I think this one's definitely doing 2. It's more of a carver's stone than a faceting stone, but it's a beautiful stone. So at Blazing Gems, when you're doing the virgin soil, Blaze himself says that he thinks you get about 1 sapphire per bucket when you're doing virgin soil. And that's not 1 sapphire per bucket of the soil you're sifting. That's 1 sapphire per bucket of concentrated material, which can be a lot more buckets of work than just 1 and sifting it. So I think I did pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the overall experience, and I plan on going back and spending more money, that's for sure. So when I first met up with Blaze at Blazing Gems, he let me know that because of a previous contract that he's in, that I wouldn't be able to get as much video of his operation and of his mine as I would have originally liked to. At the same time, I got plenty of video to suit the need for this shoot. So I'm really happy with my overall adventure, but I can't wait to visit again because there's a lot more for me to show you guys. From what I've done digging sapphires in Montana so far, Blaze absolutely has the best adventure. He had sapphire stones coming out of the ground that were just amazing. And one of the other great things about the Dorado Bar is that most of the sapphires don't need heat treating. The majority of them are already fully cooked by the earth and at their final color. So the majority of them, if you were to take them and heat treat them, nothing would happen to them. They come out looking the same. So I actually enjoy that. I liked finding a blue that was ice blue. I liked finding a green that was really green. I really liked finding yellows that were like canary yellow, and the purple was just a gorgeous color of purple. I would have liked to be a little bit darker purple, but I'm not going to complain because you can definitely see the purple in that stone. So I really enjoy that part, that I don't need to get them heat treated, but I can get them cut. And the sizes, they're on average, I was pulling out more larger sizes than at the other places I've been. At the same time, the amount of stones that I was getting was less per bucket that I'm doing than when I was at Gem Mountain. At the same time, it's not the same as what's going on at Gem Mountain in any way, shape, or form. It's definitely the real lottery ticket opportunity. I mean, you can stick a shovel in a couple of different places that it gives you the option, and you might only come out with a couple of carats. You might hit one that's a 10 carat stone. I've seen them out there. I know they're there. I saw what goes on with his machine runs. I truly believe that Blaze and his operation are really honest, and I'm going to give them my business, so I would recommend that you do too. If you want sapphires, hit them up, check the description. You know I love you for watching. I'll see you in the dirt, and check out some of my other videos if you haven't already. Ow! I just got poked by something. If you like what I'm doing here, make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and leave a comment and share any of the videos that you really appreciate. And if you'd like to help support Mining America, just check out my Patreon's page, and you can also buy something in my Etsy store and see it on the Mining America sales channel right below me. I love you for watching, and I'll see you in the dirt.